Good day everyone, so in this video we're going to be talking about some of the things that Hoyoverse can do to make a lot of the invisible aspects of Genshin's combat visible and obvious so that people can know what they're doing. Very often I find that a lot of people would say that yeah, the combat's very easy in Genshin. Some people get anxious about it for some reason, but generally the consensus is, well, it's a very easy game. And yet when you look at how people play the game, they're obviously playing so incorrectly a lot of the time, and this is because there are lots of things that are happening that they do not understand. So let me give you a bit of a practical example. So quickly pay attention to what's happening on screen. So Official's going to lead the way, and now we're going to go to Yamiko, Technery, and obviously Sucrose right here. We want to go then back to Technery because we want to sort of shoot down the little flying robot. And at this point, if you've been paying attention, I've got a couple of questions for you. So how long does Oz still have on the field? When do I need to swap to Official to refresh him? When is Yamiko's first totem going to expire? How long is Sucrose's VV Shred going to last? And of course she shared some EM onto Yamiko. How long is Yamiko's weapon passives going to last, etc, etc, etc. So there are clearly a lot of things that are happening that are just not being conveyed by the visuals on screen. So let's take the simplest example, Fischl and Oz. Fischl deploys Oz and she goes off the field. Obviously Oz is going to be on the field for a certain amount of time, and the moment his sort of turn is up, well, Fischl will have about I think it's about a 12-second cooldown, unless of course you press her elemental burst and you refresh Oz. Now wouldn't it be nice if there was some sort of indicator to sort of indicate how long Oz has left on the field? Well, let's sort of take this idea and look at a familiar game that sort of Hoyo has created, and this is called Honkai Impact. Now, don't worry about what you're seeing on screen. All you need to sort of notice is that there is a Fischl, and like in Genshin Impact, this Fischl can deploy an Oz. But you'll notice something very interesting whilst I play a very short clip. So obviously Fischl is on field right now, so quickly pay attention. Here you go, you can see it's my official. I'm just going to shoot, and now I'm going to sort of cast my elemental burst. There we go, and now we're going to go to the rest of the characters. But do you guys notice something that's sort of happening? There's a big Oz icon in the middle here, and if I keep playing the clip in the background, what does the Oz icon indicate to you? Can you take any guesses? Well, it tells you for how long Oz is on the field, and you don't need to worry about it. Look how simplistic this icon is, and right here I've got other buffs, I've got other effects and all these sorts of things, and I've even got a special ability. Obviously in this game Oz works quite a bit different, but Oz has got his own special ability that I can also keep track of. So I can keep track of how long Oz is on the field, I can keep track of how long his special ability is sort of being activated, and this in and of itself just gives me a lot of information. It allows me to plan how I'm going to be playing with my character. So now I've got an on-field character, and I can sort of now time things appropriately so that I can line up when I want to switch or rotate away from her. So we can, for instance, go back into the beginning of this footage or whatever, and you'll sort of notice once again Official being very awesome here. I can do all sorts of things, can aim, shoot the enemy, but I still have a visual that is going on, and this is so powerful. Now, the other thing that Honkai does really well is that if you are completely a noob like me and an idiot, they actually sort of explain to you things in a way in which Genshin does not when it comes to new characters, and this is also something that I want to sort of show you guys. So here in the background you'll see me sort of playing with a trial character, and look what happens. I'm basically told by the game, hey, you that's me, I'm an idiot, look down here, can you see here there is a special little icon or button, this means you are entering Hersher form. Okay, wow, that is really cool. Oh, look, there is another little indicator here. You build up heat, which drops passively over time. Isn't that just so good? So when I'm playing with this character in the background, I've got certain indicators with regards to her abilities that are made made obvious. This is the cool thing that I think Genshin is completely missing, for instance, in its character tutorials or like trials when you like play with it, because the game kind of doesn't explain anything as obvious and as simplistic as it does here. You can see it is just so duh. It's just, you have to literally be like me, an idiot, and you can still understand everything that happens. You can see here in the bottom right hand corner, if you did not catch that, there's a little button here that glows. It says press ground attack, ground attack. Isn't this just so good? This is what we need in Genshin. And of course, finally, the last thing that I want to sort of show you is something that's also quite interesting in Honkai. You get weekly quizzes on characters, and you can see here when Fischl can only trigger her QTE through other Valkyries, and now you have to answer a multiple choice and you can get rewards for it. But this is so cool because this gives me information on characters, for instance like Fischl, that I might not have known, and if I choose the wrong answer, there's actually an explanation in game that'll tell me sort of how the actual mechanic works. In this case, obviously the answer for those of you that are interested is obviously B, but at least in Honkai Impact, when I do stuff like the Abyss, there is a weekly quiz that sort of teaches me mechanics. And not only that, after the quiz in and of itself, there is basically like a bit of a trial stage, and the trial stage for this week involves, well, you can guess it, some trial characters that you can go and play, and obviously the quiz was based off of these trial characters. So this is a very nice way for you to get comfortable with the mechanics and the dynamics of the game. And you'll see here as I sort of move along, look at all of the passive buffs that are just sort of happening here. If you don't know what it is, well, you can also just click on any one of these, especially for mobile players. If you click on any icon, it sort of displays what's going on. But this is just how Honkai makes a lot of what should be invisible and tricky to understand very easy. And honestly, we need this in Genshin Impact.